YouTube. What's up? I'm gonna do a little quick update on my video. I had a chance to shoot with this D500 yesterday. I shot an engagement session. I used other Nikons, but I threw some clips on the D500 that I rented, and I just took it out today, and I was doing some tests because I didn't have a chance to yesterday. I threw the Nikon 80-200 on there, which this is an awesome old Japanese lens, made in Japan. It's metal. This is a tank of a lens. It's great for video. It's okay for photos. It's better than most 70-200s that are out there. Maybe not as good as the, vibration reduction stuff. It's a decent lens. I thought I'd throw this lens on here and try some video shooting. So shooting video in 4K on this, you're gonna have a crop. I forget what the crop is. It's like 2x or something like that. It's got a crop. There's a crop in video. So it actually turns this into a 400 millimeter, it turns it into super long lens. But I'm gonna show you right here, if you record on the D500 in 1080 60p or 1080 24p or whatever, 30p, you can set on electronic vibration reduction, electronic VR. It does an electronic, similar to warp stabilizer and Premiere, something like that. And it actually works surprisingly good. I was surprised. I can hold this camera. I'm gonna show you right now. Here's a clip. If you look over here, I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna zoom in over here. There's a fence post. It's way over there. There's a street sign way across the street here. See the cars? Right there. There's a street sign right there. See the street sign right there? See that yellow sign right there? Right above it, there's another street sign. I'm going to focus on that. Now you see how far it is zoomed in with this lens here, right? You can see how far it is on this. So I'm going to take this right now and I'm going to shoot handheld, watch me, handheld 1080 60p. I'm going to turn it on live view. Now this is live view on the thing. What's my ISO? ISO is 3200. Let me drop that down. So this is live view f4 at 1080 60p, and now I'm going to zoom it all the way in and focus on that sign. So now I'm gonna hit record and start recording. So now I'm hand holding this super long, focused in on that sign over there, 1080 60p. Now I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to change it to 4K, and that way you can see what it looks like with vibration reduction off. Let me go to menu. You go to the menu here, Electronic VR. We're going to turn it off and leave it at 1080 60p. So we're going to go back. Now the vibration reduction is off, and I'm going to do the exact same shot and hand hold it. So I'm hand holding exact same. This is with electronic vibration reduction off. So I don't know if you can see it. And now I'm going to show you, since I'm recording this at 4K 30p, I'm going to go ahead and show you what this camera looks like at 4K 30p. Very surprisingly, very good. So let's go. I'm going to go into the menu, and I'm going to change from 1080 60p to 4K 30p. All right, there we go. Now shooting 4K 30p, and now I can focus in on the sign. It's a little bit closer at 4K 30p. There's a little bit more crop, so I'm a little bit closer to the sign. But if I was on a tripod, that's handheld with no vibration reduction. Okay, so right there you just saw the differences between, for shooting video, between shooting for 1080 60p with vibration reduction, without vibration reduction, and 4K at 30p with obviously no vibration reduction, no electronic image stabilization. Now, this is an old lens. So this is like this is like an antique. I use this for video, and 99.9% of the time with a lens this long, even with vibration reduction on a GH5 or something, I'll still stick this thing on a tripod, because trying to hold this thing steady is almost impossible at that distance, because it's basically doubled. So it's 400 millimeters. I mean, you can see how far that sign is back there. You can't even see it. You can't even see it from here with your naked eye hardly. I mean, it's way over there, and you can't even hardly see it on this camera, but this thing saw it. Cool things I found so far is like this Tokina lens that I have, which I absolutely adore. This is the Tokina ATX Pro 100mm, DX Pro 100mm, f2.8. Now, f2.8 with this thing, you can take, this is an FX lens, but I can put it on here and the focusing works just fine. It works great, see? You can see it focusing, see? Hitting the button. Focuses just fine. Pictures it takes are fantastic. I'm going to take a picture of that same thing, shot over there. There we go. So I'll pop up a picture that I took with this lens of that over there. Now this lens here is this is my favorite macro lens, because this thing goes all the way up to f36. It goes all the way up to f36. So if you want to do macro shots, this is a macro lens. This thing's fantastic. It's way underrated for what it is. I mean, it drops down to f3. It's f2.8 zoomed. If it's focused all the way back to infinity, then it's f2.8. So technically, if you're at infinity, it's f2.8, and you can drop the ISO down low enough to where you can actually get it. If you're going to shoot to infinity, here's a shot, f2.8. I'll pop that up on the screen, let you see that. I had a fantastic time shooting this. This D500 focuses so ridiculously fast. I didn't miss any focus. I didn't miss any focusing with it over this last weekend with the shooting and engagement session. I had two cameras, and I had them on my little strap where I'd pick one up, one or the other. I had one with a telephoto and one with the wide. I had this throughout the entire shoot. I was using this, which is the Sigma Art 18 to 35. This is I rented it also through the thing, and this lens is ridiculous. It's so sharp. This is a really fantastic lens, but it's made for DX sensors. I popped it on my other Nikons, the full frame ones, just to try it, to see what it was like. And you had to zoom it in a little bit, otherwise it'd have bad vignetting around the outside because it's made for a DX sensor. But it's nice and wide. I'll shoot the exact same shot I just did with that same shot I just took with the 100 from the exact same spot of that bush right there, and you'll be able to see the difference just now. Other things I really liked about the D500, besides the ergonomics, the way this thing feels, it feels fantastic. It shoots fantastic. I mean, it focuses like instantaneously. It's got the focusing from the D5, which is ridiculous. Tracking subjects or anything, I didn't have to do any subject tracking. It was mostly portraits, but I didn't miss any focusing. I mean, I was on their eye every single time. I put the little square on their eye, boom, and I moved it around and boom. I mean, it nailed it. This thing nailed the focus every single time. I went back and looked through my pictures in Lightroom, and not a single one of them. The only problem I had with it was slight overexposure on some shots, which I heard that this the D500 does a little clip the highs a little bit. So you got to be careful. You're actually better off underexposing this camera rather than overexposing it. But overall, the thing was just phenomenal for shooting. I was debating whether to wait for a mirrorless camera from Nikon this year before I upgraded to a different camera. I'm just going to get this because this thing does. Yeah, it doesn't flip around. I'm not going to do. The screen flips out, and it flips down, and it flips up. I mean, I could shoot like this, and I could shoot completely down and hold it up high like that, but it doesn't flip all the way around to the side. But I'm not using it for vlogging. That's what this camera here's for. That's what my G85's for. It's for vlogging. This camera is not for vlogging. This camera is for putting on a tripod and shooting video of a ceremony. This camera is for putting on a monopod and shooting detail shots for a ceremony. Putting it on a slider and getting a nice wide slider shot. For doing time lapses. For doing photography. That's what this camera's for. This is a professional's camera for doing professional video work. It's not a vlogger camera for pointing at you with, you know, super fast autofocus. I don't really need auto. I focus manually. It takes me 2 seconds. If the screen is sharp on the back, if I can see the screen real good on the back and I can focus it, that's all I care about. Really, I don't really care that much. If I want to do glide cam shots or something like that, I'll use this one here and set it to f11 or something and do a nice outdoor glide cam shot or something like that. It's got really great in-body stabilization with 4K anyway, so I don't really need this camera for that. This camera here is, the 4K is for that, and if I do happen to have a spot where I'm trying to shoot something, where I have to get something and I have to hand hold the camera, say I'm doing photography and I have to hand hold the camera, just flip it over to 1080 60p, turn on vibration reduction, boom, now I'm hand holding it. I'm gonna use this wide lens and show you what that looks like now. So I put it over into live view mode, and now this is 4K at the widest on this lens with manual focus. So this is the exact same shot. This is 4K f4. This is the exact same thing. This is handheld 4K with this wide lens. That's at the wide end. So wide ends are always going to be more stable than zoomed in, obviously. So now let me try. I'm going to change it to 1080 60p. I'm going to show you all these clips now. Okay, so now I'm at 1080 60. Let me menu, make sure vibration reduction is on. It's the bottom thing in the video. Electronic VR is off. I'll turn it on. Okay, electronic VR is on. And now I'm hand holding 1080 60p. And it looks like the GH5. It looks like the G85 or GH5 with a wide lens. Technically, this thing's wide enough. You could do vlogging with this. I'm going to hold this camera and shoot myself real quick. Now, I'm not focusing on myself. Let's try and make it focus on me. All right. So we'll give it a shot, see what this looks like. Now you see me actually doing a handheld vlog with this camera. It's probably super close to my face, but we'll see what that looks like. We'll take a look and see what that looks like. Probably looks terrible, but you know what? Who cares? I use these cameras. I use the Nikons for professional video, shooting weddings and events where I'm going to have it on a tripod. I'm going to have it on a monopod. I'm going to have it on sticks anyway. I don't really care about I don't care about focusing thing. It's not that important to me. I'm standing there with the camera. I can focus it. When I have the camera face this way, where I'm shooting myself, I can't sit here and focus it. So I need decent autofocus, like this camera has. It's good enough for vlogging. Come on, they sell like a $200 vlogging camera with a stick and a little gimbal. You can pick that up if you want to do vlogging. You don't buy a $2,000 camera to vlog with. I mean, you can, I guess. The A7 is nice, but then you got to change all your lenses. You don't have to change the lenses. I have lenses, all my lenses fit on this camera. All my 50, my 70, my 80-200, my 70-200, my 100, the Sigma Art lenses. I can swap the lenses apart. I can have the 24-70 on this camera. The 24-70 works fine on this. Even with a crop, it's still pretty wide. This one here goes 18-35, so this is super wide. I need a wide lens if I buy this camera, and I'll probably just buy this lens because I love this lens. This combination was just absolutely ridiculous for shooting photos. And it's really good for shooting videos. I love the menus. I don't really need the touchscreen. I like the touchscreen so you can preview and swipe through your pictures real quick and zoom in real fast. But I did that a few times, zoomed in, and I was like, it's sharp as a tack. There's no reason for me to even chimp or do the thing anymore. I just kept shooting. I ignored it. Once I was comfortable that this thing was nailing my focus, I just ignored it. I'd glance at it to see, oh yeah, it looked good, just to check exposure, like real quick. So I didn't have to worry about checking focus because this thing nailed focus every single time. Anyway, that's my quick little review. Check out the clips. I highly recommend this camera for video and photography. This thing didn't get enough credit when it came out. This thing should have been, everybody should have got this camera. I mean, this thing's fantastic. If you shoot photography, if you're a photographer, you don't want to spend $3 grand on a $3,500 on a D850, which you can't even get right now, and you don't want to spend $3,000. You have a couple choices. The A7 Mark III is a really fantastic camera. If you don't have any lenses and you need to buy lenses, that's the camera to get. Really, you're going to have to buy lenses anyway. The adapted lenses aren't very good on it, like the Canon ones. The focusing doesn't work on Nikon. Focusing doesn't work right. It works okay in photography, not so well in video, or vice versa sometimes on that camera. It only has contrast detect. This thing focus so fast. I don't see how you could even get it to focus faster than this camera. I don't see how any camera could focus faster than it. Focused instantly. It instantly locked on and grabbed the focus. But I'm rambling now. I already shoot with Nikons, so I'm comfortable with Nikon, so this is the camera I'm getting. I gotta get this thing. It's my favorite. It's awesome. Oh, I was gonna tell you real quick about SnapBridge. Everybody complained about SnapBridge on this. They said, oh, the SnapBridge software, the SnapBridge software. I just did a test. There's a little NFC logo right here on the side of the camera. NFC. All you do is you turn it on in the menu, connect with camera, put your phone here, NFC will detect it, bling bling, says launch the app. You launch the app, it's connected to the camera, you click always on or whatever, and now when you take pictures with this camera, it automatically will transfer to your phone. So you're sitting there taking pictures, you have to set it to take RAW and JPEG. So I put RAW and normal JPEG because I don't need fine JPEG. I just need normal or even, whatever, because I need a lower resolution JPEG because I just want to look at them on my phone. So when I'm shooting, if I'm shooting a wedding or an event, I can be sitting there snapping pictures, shooting with this camera all night, and it will be transferring the pictures to my phone. And then I can go through, whenever I get a break or something, go through, delete, upload the pictures that I want to social media right off the phone. It's already transferred them. So right off the phone, upload them to social media, boom, good to go. Now I have a Huawei Mate 9, and the battery lasts for 2 days anyway. So it's, even if it causes it to drain the battery a little quicker than normal, it's still gonna last all day. It's not gonna be a problem. So I don't see an issue with it. Get a phone with a battery that lasts a decent time and you won't have to worry about it. I didn't have any problem with the SnapBridge app. I thought it was pretty cool. You can sit there and control the camera, or you can do different stuff. It was pretty simple to use. It worked right away. I mean, the first time I didn't understand which way I had to do it. And the first time I put it up there, nothing happened. And then the second time I said, oh, okay, on the camera it said, connect with phone, connect with device. And I click connect with device, and then it says establishing connection, paired with device, boom, it was done. You put it on the thing, it's paired, and now it's transferring the images. And then it automatically transferred the images. So every picture I took, the cool thing is you could take a picture, if you're doing photos, say you just want to turn it on for a little bit. You turn it on, do the bridal prep stuff, you get a good photo, boom, upload it to Instagram or save it. Have it on your phone, go, oh, I got to remember to get that one. Do a couple shots of the couples, whatever. Boom, it's already on your phone. When you pull your phone out at break time or whatever, time to eat, dinner time, or if you've got a few minutes, you're done with something, take your phone out, go to the app, swipe up, click the button to share the images right away, boom, tag them in them. Now they've got pictures out of a decent camera with shallow depth of field, some really good stuff, better than any camera that you can have on your phone. I mean, phone cameras are great, but you're not whipping your phone out trying to take a picture of the couple while you're sitting there with two or more cameras with $2,000 lenses on them. You've got the camera. Just make the camera where it transfers the pictures to your phone, and then you've got awesome pictures. So that's it. I'm out. Just thought I'd do a follow-up on the D500 and how much I liked shooting with it this weekend, and I can't wait to order mine. So, see ya.